Just want to spotlight a guy. I saw a fight, a main event of a Japanese card this morning. Shu Utsuki, 11-0, 9 KOs. The reason I wanted to spotlight him is nobody seems to be talking about him on YouTube, which is understandable. He's sort of unknown for 4 or 5 years in. Hasn't fought much in the way of competition, but he's another one of these fun Japanese fighters who, you know, you watch him fight and you say, maybe this can develop into something. Maybe we got something brewing here. When you look at he's a lightweight, 135. Like I said, fun fighter who seems to have some technical ability and athletic ability as well. The guy he beat today, Uzuki, Tomioka, I've never heard of him. 7-6-1. This was in Tokyo, Japan, for a Japanese lightweight title. This is a guy in Utsuki who 2-3 years from now may break from that domestic scene, and you may see on a card in America. He's that type of guy. At 135, there's no real Japanese fighter right now. The cream of the crop would be Shuichiro Yoshino, who is right on the outside of the top 10, sort of in the 10 to 20 territory, but I don't see that guy. He's a guy who's been inactive, fighting once per year, and I just don't see him breaking out of that scene because he's a guy who fights once per year, but hasn't broken out of that domestic level. I just don't think he's active enough to break out at domestic level. But this guy, Uzuki, seems to be more athletic, more layers to his game, can move in and out, can do some good things, athletic fighter. And you can't even catch highlights of him on YouTube. I didn't see any highlights of the fight on Twitter either. Sort of flying under the radar. So I'm just highlighting him, saying this is a guy you might want to look out for in the next couple years. He may be one of these Japanese fighters who breaks out of that scene. We've got a hotbed of fun fighters, entertaining fighters out of Japan. Inoue, we saw Kayaguchi last week as well. Obviously, Ioka, obviously Nakatani. We got some fun fighters coming from Asia, and this is another guy who's brewing right now. And I wanted to be on record as the first guy on YouTube, since nobody else on the YTB is talking about this guy, who could break out of that scene in the next couple years. So we'll keep an eye on him. Hopefully they keep him more active, man. That's sort of my frustration with some of these Japanese fighters. We saw Kayaguchi coming off of a 15-month layoff. This guy's got to get more active. Got to get more active. Even pre-COVID, guys weren't as active as I like coming out of that Asian scene. So get more active, fight 2 to 3 times per year, get in people's faces, and maybe they can break into the American scene like Inoue has done. So y'all let me know if y'all have heard of this guy, seen him fight yet, but he's one to look out for. God bless.